Howdy, folks. Sean here, opening up the podcast to give you a heads up about our guest today, Ken Reid. He's going to be doing some comedy shows in the middle of February, opening up for the great Todd Barry. Check out these shows coming up. You got Wednesday, February 18th at the Syracuse Funny Bone in Syracuse, New York. You've got Thursday, February 19th at the Albany Funny Bone in Albany, New York. And then Saturday, February 21st at the Comedy Studio in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Two shows, 7:30 and 9:30. Go to toddbarry.com and check out the shows, and you'll have links to tickets right there. I highly suggest checking out both Todd and Ken. Hilarious folks. So enjoy this episode with Ken Reid talking about a really weird issue of Action Comics.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean, and this is a podcast where we like to... I'm still working through the...
How to describe it?
Ideology.
We just have a shitty comic book collection, and we like to talk about it. And today, we're actually going to do it with a guest, our friend Ken Reid. Hello, Ken.
Hello. So nice to see you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Ken.
Nice to see you.
This is great.
I do have a question about the collection.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, we have a question.
Oh, yeah.
We have a question about the collection to you.
Yes.
But just want to say Ken was a previous guest many moons ago.
In person?
Four times.
Ooh.
You covered a Dr. Fate and Marvel Spotlight
Yes.
featuring Hellstorm.
Yep.
Wow.
Which,
I love my
remember
magic
that, but-
characters.
yes.
Oh, yeah, Sean does
very,
too. Big fan.
very fun ones. But Ken, well, go ahead and you ask your question, because we were going to ask. You're probably going to kind of tie into the question we want
Sure.
to ask.
Like, was this all purchased at once, or was this a marriage?
No.
Was this a dowry collection?
This is a dowry collection.
Okay, yeah.
This was the reason we have the podcast is because we needed a justification to continue buying shit. So, because we were going all over the place, and I love dollar boxes, and I'm just like, I'm buying
It's so
whatever.
fun.
It's so much fun. And then it was like, none of this stuff has value. Most of it is terrible. So we need, justification. So we decided to start a podcast to talk about it so I could continue buying garbage. That's really what happened.
I just need to say that I enjoy the idea of buying it all at once, as if like I went up there and I saw
Give me your
a near complete
collection.
Guy Gardner collection in a box with all these other books, and I was like, yes,
Nth Man, the entire run.
yeah, right. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. We just walked up to there's some guy like hanging out, and he's got it in the back of his car. It's just like terrible comics. And we just walked up to him. We're like, give me all of them.
Well, sometimes you buy like a collection on sight unseen, or like you're at a flea market. Well, not so much anymore, but it would
Right.
be like you look through two, and the guy's like, "I'll give you the whole thing for 40," and you're like, "Fine." You know,
Fine.
I kind of wish that would
so It
happen.
might have been that kind of thing.
Man, I wish. I would love that.
I kind of wish that doesn't happen. We go to places out here, and usually it's not. I don't know.
It's not like it used
it's
to
not
be,
the same.
because now
People are
everybody's like,
savvy,
I
yeah.
got to look how much that is on eBay,
Yeah,
and that's what you're
let
going to
me
pay. And I'm
lens
like,
it.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I used to do when I was a kid. I made money. I used to flip comic collections when I was like 9, 10, 11.
nice.
So I used to I'd get the Want Ads, which was a printed like weekly thing in the Massachusetts area. My dad used to get it. And so I'd look for comic collections, and the first couple, my dad like floated me 20, 30 bucks. And this was like late 80s, early 90s. So it was right before that 90s boom. And it was a lot of parents who were like, my kid's in college. Get these the fuck out of here. The fucking funny books. I don't know, fucking $10, whatever. You know, so I'd get like 3 long boxes of comics. I'd pull out what I wanted, and then I'd go to the comic store and flip the rest and, pay my dad back. And now I had money to like buy more comics. So that's how I built
awesome.
my entire collection. And I sold it all in the early 2000s when I was very poor, but which was a bad idea. But at one point I had 6 giant size X-Men 1s and several Amazing Spider-Man 129s. And
so you were that guy?
Yeah.
That guy with the slabs.
I was just, no, I didn't slab them. I'm not a slabber. I'm like, you've turned a comic into a poster.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like those dollar bin comics are of so much more value than a slabbed comic, because you know what? Print out a high quality version of the cover and put it in a slab and on your wall, because what's the point otherwise?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
these garbage comics that you flip through and read, it's so much more fun. Like, and it's so hard not to buy a ton because I think for people of our age, the idea if someone when you were a kid said, you can go into this room, there's thousands of comics, they're only $1 each. Go for it.
Yeah, and I am definitely I want to read these comics. I don't want to buy it and just be like, look, it's in plastic. Isn't it cool? No, I don't care. Like, I want to actually physically read it. So, yeah, we don't slab stuff either.
The only stuff I would slab is the stuff that I got from my dad, who is he's passed. And I got like some pretty good stuff, but it's not in great condition. But I would just do it
worse condition.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
But
I would just be like, okay.
Yeah,
it's so sentimental, and plus it's the only reason why it would be slabbed just to look nicer when I put the action figures next to it.
Yeah.
So and I'll do that.
But that has a personal connection. I know so many people that like just buy slab books that I'm like, why? Who cares? Like you just spent $3,500 on a poster.
Ken, you don't know this, but Jen, maybe you don't know this either.
Probably.
Did I ever tell you about the comic book collection that almost got me in trouble with the Western New York Mafia?
I'm not surprised by this.
How the fuck did you never tell me this story?
There's a lot of that. I'm interested in hearing the story because the Mile High Comics guy also has a story about this.
Does he?
Yes. Well, it wasn't really so much. I wasn't in any immediate danger, but I should have been in danger. So there was this kid. His name was, and one day it was like, hey, I have this box of comics that has like, and this was like 93-ish, so there's like some decent stuff in there. So it was like Supermans and stuff like that. And he was just like, can I leave this at your house? I don't know why I said yes, but I just let him leave it at my house in like some basement. We used to have a place where we kept really old food, and I just left it in there. And, like he was kind of like, he came to our school, and I think he was kind of connected to like, Western New York Mafia, but also more like Sloan Mafia. He had some connections to fighting in the Lovejoy area. This is all very local stuff, but for people that are listening to it, are going crazy of talking about those references.
People, Sloan, woo,
Lovejoy.
Yeah, Sloan. 8 bars in 1 square mile. So I had it for years. Well, I thought I had it for years, and then one day, out of the blue, I think I was like, maybe it was like 2 years later, maybe. He shows up at my house in the middle of like winter, just pulls up to my house with somebody. He's just in my driveway, and he knocks on, comes over and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to pick up my comics." No, not even a heads up about picking up the comics. I go to be like, I think they're downstairs in my old food basement. I go down there, and they're all gone. And what I believe happened was,
your mom threw them away.
No. My brothers decided to be enterprising and pull a Ken Reid and go to Flight into Fantasy or sell them to friends in the yard. I don't know, but they weren't there. And I had to explain to this person that I haven't really, because we were friends, but then like after a couple of years, he kind of went, his Sloan way, and I went, my Cheektowaga way. I didn't really talk to him, but I still used to, and he didn't wasn't like, hey, I might come and get those comics. They just all of a sudden, like, I just assumed they were still there because I had no reason to move.
You hadn't thought about it.
I was like into comics, but I wasn't really like, I don't know, it was weird because it was like I was into comics, but I wasn't like crazy into it yet. I don't know, something happened. It was a weird time. Maybe I was already out of it. But yeah, he showed up and he was just like, well, you better find those comics, and he left, and then I never heard about it again. That's my brush with the Mafia.
So we have been married for 14 years. And you never told me about the time you almost tangled with the Mafia. Is it because I'm Italian? Are you worried that I know them?
You might dob them in. You might go, this has all been a long con.
It's been a real long con about those comic books.
Yeah, I know. I figured it'd be the right time now with with a friend of the show just on here, just talking about the time that I almost tangled with the Iron Island Mafia.
But there's two things that reminds me of. One, at one point, my wife and I were walking around a neighborhood when we first moved in here, and we saw this guy like standing on the sidewalk, kind of talking to someone who was on their porch, which is always a weird dynamic. And this was the only part of the conversation.
Which sidewalk to porch? So there's a long distance, right?
Yeah, like the person's up on their porch and there's, the stairs. Like the guy didn't come up to the door, like that kind of thing. And this was the only part of the conversation we heard. And you sure Jimmy doesn't live here? Because I was under the impression he lived here. So we were like, Jimmy's going out the friggin' back window right now.
He's got to be. Like, I don't know,
Jimmy. That's funny because I was pretty sure he lived here. It was that kind of thing. But the Mile High Comics story is very interesting because in the Northeast, the mafia pretty much owned all the distribution for convenience stores, mostly because of the cigarettes thing. So comics and magazines were an amazing way for them to launder money because at that time in the pre-direct market world, you could return unsold stock and get your money back. And I don't exactly know how that scam worked, but they would basically not return them, but get the money back, and still have the things and say they got sold. So it was like some way to launder money. So they had warehouses full of mint comics for like 40 years, right? Because they were just dumping them there because they would never put them out on the shelves. They would just be like, yep, all sold, whatever they had to do. So I think his name's Gary. Is that the guy's name who did the
Mile High?
Yeah.
Chuck, I think.
Chuck, that's right. So Chuck this was like the second collection he ever bought. Someone was like, there's these warehouses in New York and they just want to get rid of them cheap. They don't even care what they are. So he paid him a good amount of money, but it was like still a bargain. These were like millions of comics. He had 2 tractor trailer trucks.
Wow.
And he literally had 2 guys that had to call him when they got over state lines out of New York. They're like, we're safe. And he's like, okay. And then he wired the money to the guys because he didn't trust them. It was like, because they were like, oh, it's pretty interesting. So you say these comic books, some sort of money making, it was some bizarre thing. And, it was just like, so if I would find kids who were like, I got tons of comics, my dad had a convenience store, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that about Chuck. That's a cool story.
Yeah. Oh, Chuck needs to write a book.
He does, actually.
He was here. We were having these little conventions in Woburn, and they were like, it was that sort of backlash to like all the way conventions are. This was maybe 10 years ago where it's like, this is just for nerds to buy stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing else here. And so people would come dump their collections and it was once a month and Chuck would fly in or drive in for it. Mm-hmm. And there was an Asian dude who, and I mentioned he's Asian, his parents owned Asian convenience stores in like Malden, like the Boston area.
Yeah.
And they had a warehouse full of unreturned stock from the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
And so it was amazing. Like these were mint books, right? So I'm flipping through it and there's stuff that I love in there. Not big money stuff, but I'm like, oh, wow. And I'm like, how much are these? And so first of all, Chuck goes, I just bought this whole collection from the guy. So like he walked in to this convention and this kid was selling his collection. He's like, I'll give you whatever. And the guy's like, fine, goodbye. Just left it.
It's all yours.
Yeah. So he's like, well, put together a box. I'll give you a great deal. So I'm like, oh, okay. Because normally that's never good. Like they're like $5,000 or whatever.
Right.
So I put together this box. There's magazines in there like Fangoria, Cinefit. So I put together a long box. And, retail value, this was probably $1,500 worth of comics, right? He goes, you're going to love this. I'm like, what? He goes, $30. And I'm like, what? Wow. He goes, my assistant went through this collection, pulled out everything I needed to make my money back. I don't want to ship this stuff back to Colorado.
Wow.
So this is just gravy money. He's like, you're
awesome.
saving me money. So I was like, all right.
He's all the stuff he sells for really expensive in Colorado.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you go to that store.
He probably pulled 3 books out of that collection that doubled his money.
Oh, probably.
And then he doesn't have to ship the rest back.
Yeah.
Trip's worth it.
Hi, I'm Mike Garvey. You might remember me from podcasts such as Waiting for Doom, DCOTD, or The Gary Show. And I've made a terrible decision. I've started a podcast where I read detective comics, one issue at a time, across 80 plus years, on purpose. It's called The Detective Phase. If you like comics, historical deep dives, or listening to a grown adult lovingly explain why stories from as far back as 1939 still matter, this show is absolutely for you. And if you've ever loved Batman and thought, what if someone took this way too seriously? the detective phase has you covered. New episodes twice a month, wherever you get your podcasts, on the Waiting for Doom feed, or at waitingfordoom.com. Therapy pending. I heard that Dr. Herkenstefner might be available.
Well, speaking of dubious transactions, let's talk about our book right now. It is a Action Comics number 421 from February 1973. Now, Ken, okay, so actually the question I was going to ask you real quick, Ken, is because we said the way that we do this now, we should have always been doing this, but it's easier to do it now, is to just send you our entire collection and be like, you see here's what you got. You pick out a few books and we'll figure out which one to do, instead of us picking something terrible and having somebody tell you to your face that this is the worst comic they ever read.
That's kind of the point of the show, though.
Well,
it is, but I want you to tell that to me. I don't want the other.
Oh, you want me to tell you that? You don't want other.
Yeah, I want you to calm down me.
Yeah. We want you to enjoy your experience being on the show, not being like.
You want to be a willing participant. It's about consent.
Yeah, well, we want the guests to have
consent.
fun.
That's it. It's all about consent.
So Ken, you picked this book out of the list, and what first things first, actually, let me ask this. What did you think of our collection as a whole?
It's exactly the kind of stuff I like.
Awesome.
So it's the dollar bin weird stuff I would 100% purchase before I got rid of all my comics. It was the reading stuff. So I would buy rare comics because I wanted to read it. So like now I do buy all digital comics because now I read them all the time. Like I have a Google Pixel Fold. And so it's like a book size thing when it unfolds, and I sit in bed and I could read my comics. So cool. This is that's the phone unfolded.
Oh, nice.
So, I can actually read this weird stuff, and this is the kind of stuff I get. I'll go on Archive because obviously, DC's not releasing Action Comics 421 in like a collection. But this is the kind of stuff I read for sure. Yeah. So I loved the collection. It was very fun, and it was not the usual stuff that you find.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's kind of that's kind of what I want people to look at and be like, why do you have this? And I'd be like, because I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at it, and also look at it because Ken, you picked this particular issue.
100%.
What you had designs on an ambush bug issue?
Yes.
That you were asking about, but you went with you went with some Brave and the Bold, and you went with this. So what was particular about this one?
So I love Bronze Age comics. Which this is early Bronze Age, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's technically
73.
Silver. And I love the team-up comics. So I love Brave and the Bold, World's Finest, and Action Comics, which ended up being sort of a team-up book, at least in the 70s. So that's first and foremost. That's why I looked at those immediately. But the subgenre of comics that I really love is when they make an analogous stand-in for a popular cartoon character or non-comic character.
Yes, the thinly veiled ripoff.
Yes. So, for example,
thinly veiled.
In the 90s, there was an amazing run in Marvel Comics Presents of an Excalibur story where they were fighting. It was the Looney Tunes. But they had to, it was thinly veiled.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Or, in DC in the 80s, Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew is Looney Tunes. It's that Bugs Bunny cartoon. And so I love that kind of thing. Or to go dark, the Animal Man that Grant Morrison wrote with the Coyote. It's amazing. So I love that stuff because it's clearly these sort of boomer guys with characters they grew up with wanting to write that sort of archetype that's not in the comic book world. And just to see what they do with it. And so this is Popeye.
Yes,
exactly. It's Popeye. But he is a drug addict?
Yes, Captain Strong.
Apparently, whatever seaweed this is, it's not spinach. No.
It's alien seaweed.
Alien seaweed is also extremely addictive like heroin.
So
because why would
this
be?
This book is pretty much the plot of The Stuff.
Yeah.
It is 100%.
It's pretty much that scene of the guy in the beginning being like, "Hey, what's that coming out of the ground? It's white. How about I eat it?"
Yeah.
Movies. Then the rest of the movie happens.
It's in the other room because I've been cleaning my office, but I have a screen used stuff container.
Oh shit! Really?
Oh,
That's
right
awesome.
on.
That's the funniest part about that movie to me. I'm like, you're just eating something that
Yeah.
came out of the ground?
Your first instinct was to eat it?
Eat it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not so much like, I mean, yes, if you, there are urban foragers and the like.
Yeah, but you usually know what you're looking for. Like, oh, this is a mushroom that I'm looking for.
White goo is not a thing I
exactly.
immediately
It's
put
like,
in my mouth.
Ooh, a puddle of goo. Can't wait.
Or how it is, and I don't know if, and I read through this afternoon, I don't know if exactly it comes through or not, that how this idiot, Captain Strong, managed to find this stuff.
I don't believe
Because in the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, so he needs his super strength to continue to get it. So how did he get it in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to, let's get real dark. Maybe he was trying to kill himself. He was like, I'm going to the bottom of the ocean. Wait, what's this?
Well, maybe he had a run-in with the Metropolis mob, and they tried to put him in the shoes.
He stole the comic.
And he got down there, and he was right up against that seaweed. He was like, well, better go out happy.
Looks pretty good.
Better start chopping.
The funny thing is, if you were like, oh man, Alan Moore pitched a dark reboot of Popeye in the late 80s for DC, this is exactly what it would be.
Yeah.
Like, Popeye got this from this alien thing. He's addicted to it.
Yep.
He's like trying to be a superhero, but he has like roid rage with like, this is what it would be, but it's pretty much played for laughs exclusively here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so the cover itself is this Popeye fellow looking wearing bell-bottom pants, and he is ripping a phone booth out of the ground, and he is saying to Superman is trapped inside of said phone booth, and he's saying, "Who you kidding?" Changes to Superman in a phone booth.
And this phone booth also is in the middle of nowhere. I think we have to point that out. That like there's buildings so far away in the back. Yep. Like, where is this phone booth supposed to be?
It looks like they're on the planet Warlock comes from.
Yeah.
But I was also unaware that phone booths were cemented into the ground. I didn't think that was the case.
I didn't think so either. That's a good point. And this cover actually, just as a random one, we were doing some comic book shopping the other day. I happened to find a Harley Quinn from a couple of years ago where they redid this cover. With her
that's a deep cut. That is a deep cut.
It was a super deep cut. And that's why I was like, I got to buy this comic. So we have it. Even though I'm not a huge Harley Quinn fan, I'm like, I have this comic now.
Yeah. So the story itself, fantastic feats of Captain Strong, Carrie Bates, the writer, Kurt Swan, and Murphy Anderson, the artists. We start off with it's a tale from this shitty kid named Billy, who looks like Belinda Carlisle.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
A little bit.
Talk show.
Sandy Duncan vibes.
Very, very pretty. Very kind of a little doll. Maybe that shitty kid from House in the Cemetery vibes for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Bob.
Billy? Was that his name?
Yeah.
Bob.
Bob, that's right.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
That's right, Bob.
I would actually love it to see Superman fight. What was that? God, now I'm blanking on that doctor.
Oh, doctor. It's like Frankenstein, but it's not. It's like
Dr. Florgenstein
something
or
like
something.
That. That'd be amazing, actually.
I would dig that.
Well, he's susceptible to magic, so
there you go.
Yes. So Shitty Kid Billy is playing as Batman here. He is being extremely reckless,
wearing the baggiest Batman suit.
yeah. And obviously I didn't know this before I picked the issue until I got into it, but I always love this in-universe depiction of how regular members of the public react and see the superheroes that exist in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally
ridiculous.
dressed like Batman, and apparently he's wandering around some old warehouse.
Yeah, down by the docks.
Yeah.
This is the where actually, babe. This is the warehouse. And maybe Ken, you've seen this movie. This is the warehouse. I think this might be where Blood Beach is happening.
Oh, 100%. Actually, that's when the pier had like holes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also am a huge fan of unusual comic book sound effects that I've never seen before.
Oh, this one's fun.
This is a good one. It's
Crump.
Crump. Krrump. I think it's, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is the first, possibly only time of Crump.
I don't think I've ever seen a Crump before, I have to say.
Not spelled like that, not with 2 R's.
No.
Maybe 1 R.
Yeah,
but definitely 2 R's here. And this isn't not the kid falling. This is what's happening is where this kid is being saved by this Captain Strong. But before he does say that, he's like, man, I was yelling, and Superman, my pal, I wish he heard. I hope he didn't hear me.
What a
So
dick.
why does
I also want to talk about when we get a little bit later is why is Superman friends with this kid?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you get
why has he got so many kid friends?
Well, you've got the editor's note where this is also the kid who stole Superman's powers. Like,
that's right.
there's all these things that he did, and I was like, this should be Superman's enemy.
Maybe it's to keep your friends closer. Enemies.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. The kid's like, we're buddies now. Don't steal my powers again, weird child.
Because that would make this kid totally reckless. Like, this kid falls through the ceiling in a rotten warehouse. And it's not just that he's pinned under debris. Like, there's no way he would not have permanent injuries.
Oh,
with
yeah.
2 tons of rotten wood on top of him.
Yeah, because he's like, I was
Superman,
okay.
my pancreas ruptured.
My spleen. So Captain Strong like busts in and he's like, it's me, Popeye, not really, don't tell anybody, I don't want to get sued. And he helps this kid. And then this image of him just holding this kid on his hand while the kid sits on his hand, it's very weird.
It's very weird, but also the text here says he wasn't even breathing heavy, he just smiled and then told me who he was and what else he had the power to do.
I don't mean to get crass here.
No, please.
It does look like Captain Strong is elbow deep in this kid's ass.
It 1,000% does.
And is like puppeteering him.
Yeah.
Well, he does. If he's a fan of Superman, he does know Superman can do super ventriloquism. Maybe he's just like,
he's
you know
like,
what?
I can do it too,
step
kid.
it up.
Let me show you what else I can do.
Yeah.
Super rectal exam.
Like a very, very old baby. Just like the way he's drawn, he looks like the oldest baby.
They haven't fully Popeyed him yet. I think obviously the cover gives it away, but if you hadn't seen the cover, this depiction of him, he's wearing like a janitor suit. You see the anchor tattoo, but they haven't super Popeyed him yet. So you might just be like, oh, what's this?
He has, maybe Ken, you remember this because I don't know if it's just a Northeast thing, but there was he has a Pep baby hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you know Pep?
I don't know Pep.
It was a thing. It was like a baby formula, and they just had a baby on it from like whatever, and it was just like, look at this baby with his hair. Oh, it had
that like weird like curl they used to draw on babies. Okay,
yeah, but he looks like the Peppa baby grown up.
Ugh.
Side note, totally unrelated. My favorite baby product that's clearly from the 1800s that is still around, and the name of it, I don't know how it wasn't a grunge band name, is Gripe Water.
Gripe Water?
Sick.
I've never heard of this.
If kids are crying, it's supposed to be a thing. It's sort of like Pedialyte, but the brand name is Gripe Water.
I have never heard of Gripe Water. Now I want just to have it.
Yeah, somebody like
I want a bottle.
Yeah, Gripe Water's album from '92 is totally a lost classic.
I saw Gripe Water once opened for Screaming Trees, and it was awesome.
Yeah, a couple of guys joined the Toadies later.
Yeah.
So he helps this kid out.
Yeah. So he's telling Clark this story because we're in Clark's office and Clark is a TV anchor at this point in time. This is when he had that like weird stint that he was I don't even know how he was a TV anchor, but he was. So he's
a good looking dude.
Yeah, he's a good looking dude, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's just so weird that they made him one. Anyway, so he's doing the thing and he's like, well, thanks for the info, Billy. That would be great. If he can do all that stuff, I'm going to have to put him on my next eyewitness interview because apparently there's nothing going on in Metropolis.
No.
Nothing. We just talked to strong guys. Like,
holy shit, and buildings are falling down, but let's talk to the Pep baby grown up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy fell through the roof and a sailor gave him a rectal exam.
Yeah. So Billy leaves. He goes away, and then as that's happening, like something comes through the wire where it's like, oh no, there's like a whirlpool or something.
Yeah.
And Superman's like, oh, with my microscopic vision that I have for some reason, I can read this. I'm going to put this sound of me typing because
he's got a hidden tape recorder behind a picture of himself.
Picture? Is that of himself?
Oh, is it a picture of himself? I didn't see the picture. I just saw
maybe I'm just
remembering
mixing that up with Spider-Man's office, but
honestly, it's probably of himself.
But honest. Yeah, he's got this like Mike Hammer answering reel to reel behind the picture, and he's like, "This will be typing sound."
He got this from the convention in The Conversation.
Yes,
Gene Hackman would be jealous.
This made me picture Clark recording this.
Yeah, right? Like sitting there being like, oh shit, I fucked up. Because
he doesn't want to go buy it. He doesn't want to tip people off that he's not like.
He's like, wait a minute. I'm typing too fast. People might think I'm Superman. Oh, I just said it on tape.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm Superman. God damn it.
Take 47. I just keep saying it.
The clickety click click here makes it kind of look like he's swearing. And they're being replaced. Like clickety click click.
Clickety click. Probably the only way he swears, being such a good boy from Kansas.
I would much enjoy it if that was a thing, the tape, instead of him just swearing in his office.
Son of a
and people
bitch!
just didn't want to bother.
You hear a glass shatter against a wall.
It's like Norman Bates and his mother arguments.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Mother!
And then years later, there could be like the Superman tapes released on like Wondery as a podcast.
Have you ever heard the Kennedy tapes, by the way, like those?
No.
Oh, wow. There's an amazing tape of him losing his shit on this dude because he had just cut a bunch of money for like the Air Force or something. And in a magazine, there was a profile of Jackie O who had just bought all new furniture from Jordan Marsh. And he's flipping out. He goes, "You think the fucking Jordan Marsh furniture's good? Who did this? I wouldn't put him in charge of a fucking cat house." And then he goes, he's a silly man. He's like super angry. And he's a silly man.
Silly man.
But those are the insults that hit the best
really
when you're so angry and you don't want to swear. You have to say something that is very normal, but it hits even harder.
Also unrelated, I think it was Twitter a couple of years ago, Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's son. Someone wrote something. Oh, he had like a new signature guitar out.
He called him like a walnut or
grape.
a cat. A grape.
Yeah,
that's right.
so
it was amazing.
This kid goes, trying to capitalize on your father's name. And he goes, "It's literally my name, you fucking grape."
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was the funniest thing.
I was like, I retweeted it. I screenshotted it. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Superman goes off and there's 3 ships that are about to die.
Coast Guard cutters. The other thing I noticed about this book is that, like, this is back when you would have your narration boxes that were, like, almost literary. Like, they're not somebody thinking with it was just like, because when he finally, like, saves them and stops the whirlpool, which is what they're stuck in, it's like, the only thing left is, like, gentle sea foam and, like, all this sort of stuff. But you don't see that anymore. They don't do it.
Yeah.
Which is too
quality
bad.
prose right there.
Yeah. So the whirlpool's going, Superman pulls him out with a chain, and then he's like, well, I have to stop this whirlpool, so I'm going to go the other way.
And we get some earth sciences from these sailors, because one of the
that
guys is like, hey, what's he doing?
Captain Explain a lot, because he's just like, I am here to give you exposition about what Superman's actually doing.
And also mention, Aquaman, nowhere to be found.
Oh, absolutely not. Aquaman's like, yeah, fuck you can take care of that
He'd
yourself.
come in perfect. This would be perfect scenario for Aquaman to come and help him out. Nope.
Too busy.
There's a meeting at the Hall of Justice later, and he's like, hey, so I had a whirlpool, and
where were you?
I did yell your name really loud. I mean, I don't know how to really contact you because you're underwater all the
Told
time.
me you were
like,
working.
Yeah, and he was like, I was playing fetch with Topo, so sorry.
Underwater fetch sounds fun.
It's like you get like a, one of those things that shoots balls, but he does 8 at a time, so Topo can catch them all.
Look, Mira and I have been having some marriage problems. We shut off the communications. We
it was date night.
Yeah. So now we jump to somehow this Captain Strong. He has procured a meeting with
a food guy.
A food guy, or as Superman calls it later, a food outfit.
Yeah, so this is like a giant conglomerate. Like, this is some weird-ass anti-corporate 70s stuff right here. Like, this is recently Stuart Lee was on Armando Iannucci's podcast, and he said he believes he's a good moral person because he read Marvel comics in the 70s, which were all written by Jewish World War II vets and hippies who did a lot of drugs. And this is like immediately what I thought here, where it's like some fat cat corporate guy who's poisoning people with bad nutrition.
Yeah, 1,000%. He's like, this would be like, you just randomly got a meeting with the CEO of Kellogg. Like, that's literally what this guy's doing.
Doesn't look dissimilar from RFK Jr.
No, he doesn't. Actually, he probably has more hair.
That's true.
Just maybe not as many brain worms. We're not sure. Doesn't say.
He looks like oh God, trying to think Because you told about this the other day, babe, when we were talking about people's hair you could see through.
Oh, yeah,
I kind of feel like you could see through this guy's hair.
1,000%. This is one of those, like,
back.
if I just keep slicking it back, people aren't going to know I'm bald. And you're like,
they won't.
People know you're bald.
Going for height, not volume.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And, like, the light comes up behind you and it's just hair.
Yep.
But
the thing too that kind of is wild is like, so did he just run in with this kid? So you're telling me
that's
that...
the thing. He is also hanging out with this child.
Yeah.
Which Clark's hanging out with this kid. This guy who already used him as a puppet is hanging out with this kid.
This kid's awesome.
Apparently this is the best kid, but I'm just like, it's real fucking weird.
Where are his parents? Where are his goddamn parents?
Or doesn't he have school? Like, I'm assuming this is a work day.
Well, honey, it's so nice to meet your friend Captain Strong.
Oh, this old sailor you brought.
You see, you're a sailor.
So the food is called, the stuff he's found is called, he calls it Sancha.
Which I kept wanting to say slancha, and I'm like, that's not correct.
When I was typing it out, and it kept on wanting to correct it to Sandra.
Sandra. Mary.
Sandra.
Delicious Sandra.
Can't wait to get a little Sandra on there, get some Betty on there, get some Vanessa.
Now it's just Mambo number 5.
Get yourself a meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sancha number 6 was the hit you didn't know about.
Excuse me, waiter, do you have a little bit of Monica for this?
So he has this stuff, and so dude is like, hey, you don't hear this part of the conversation, but you hear the other guy yelling back at him. It's like, look, so you want me to sell this and market it, but you don't want me to make any money off of it, and you won't tell me where it is.
Yeah.
Or what it is.
And you won't give me
He wants
any.
him to only make a small profit, like normal businesses.
Maybe 2%.
Yeah, exactly. 2%, like a normal profit, something that's so good. He's like, you have no business sense. So he's like, well, all right, I'm out. So he goes into the waiting room where Billy is waiting for him. And he's like, Billy, I can't do it. And he's like, well, don't worry. We'll talk to Superman, and Superman will get like a sample, and I bet he can get you hooked up with like another CEO.
Yeah, Superman knows all the food CEOs.
Why wouldn't he?
Well, there's all those issues where he's hanging out with Frank Perdue and Orville Redenbacher.
Well, shit, are there like Keebler tie-in comics? So maybe he knows them elves.
Oh, he probably
them elves are going to help out. And we're going to get some eel Sancha going.
Although,
I don't know if it's any good.
Was Superman peanut butter out at this time?
Was that a thing?
Oh, yeah. Up in the 80s. So maybe if it was out at this time, it existed in universe.
That'd be
Superman
amazing.
had some kind of licensing agreement with a food company.
That's amazing. I love that. I'd love to find some Superman peanut butter.
You see the jars at like antique malls every now and then.
So I just want to point out this guy when the goof is leaving the office, and the CEO is like, he calls him a walking sea biscuit.
But what the hell is a sea biscuit?
I don't know.
Is that a derogatory term? Is that something that, were we able to say that?
It sounds like it's like a shit.
Yeah.
Like, floated some sea biscuits or something.
Oh, okay.
But it's a horse, so it
also a
couldn't be.
horse.
That walking pile of DVDs called Sea Biscuit.
So he's like, well, now I have an idea.
Well, no, actually, hang on. You missed the part here where this kid and Captain Strong are talking, and he's like, and the kid's like, let's go talk to Superman, and this Seabiscuit guy is like, well, man, Superman's my hero. I can't believe you told him about me.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna be a blurb in his next whatever.
It's like when you're really young and you're just like, some guy likes your friend and he's like, oh, did you talk to her about me? Did you tell her about me?
But that explains why he's hanging out with this kid.
100%.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't
100%.
wait. He has to mention him because I really want to date with this guy.
But in the second of 3 conversation type of recording devices explained in this comic book, this dude, the CEO, also has bugs placed around the entire area.
Because he's an evil CEO. So and he's like, aha, plan. So we cut back to this guy in his boat, handing Superman a sack. It's like literally just a fucking sack.
It looks like gummy berries.
It does. It's like, the nastiest. I'm surprised it's not dripping.
Yeah.
And so he's like handing it to Superman. He's like, Superman, thanks for coming to do this. I will give you this so you can go find a food guy in exchange for your autograph, please. So Superman's like, aha, I will do that. And then he's like, uh-oh, are those sharks I hear or something in the water? I'm going to swim away.
Yeah.
He like dives in the water. Turns out this guy's going to do a Mission Impossible and rip his face off.
Him diving in the water is actually really funny.
Yeah, because Superman wouldn't do that at all. And also, I love that this guy's like, oh no, I can't fake Superman's signature. He'll know it's not really Superman. I gotta get out of here right away.
Yeah. Yeah, this idiot. He's like, I hear sharks. I better go. And so he jumps into the water. And yeah, and it's revealed that he is a imposter.
Corporate espionage.
I do have a question. What do you think like the market is for Superman signatures?
I feel like he was giving them out like
he had to be,
They're
right?
probably
So
everywhere.
So now, like, you go to one of those like trading card shows, and everybody's got a Superman signature. It's worth like $1, right?
But some guy's gonna be like, "You'll see, this is an early signature. He signed it Kal-El."
Oh yeah, we have carbon dated this one.
Yeah.
This one comes from this era, as where like the new ones aren't worth anything. The ones from the 90s. So yeah, so he like goes into this phone booth. This guy pulls off his thing, and he.
How do you? Okay, because obviously it's this Mission Impossible technology.
Yeah.
The face masks, how are they that good that some guy shows up at your house? Now, granted, this guy isn't the brightest. This Captain Strong is not the
We
brightest.
don't know if he's blind. They haven't told us he isn't.
That is true.
Oh, that's true.
And we still haven't seen the part where he technically only has one eye because he's doing the squint thing.
That's true.
Okay, so maybe that's why he couldn't see the wobbly mask this guy was wearing.
I'm surprised it just didn't like fill with water when this guy like jumped off the boat and like floated away.
You ever try to swim wearing a cape? Not easy.
Yeah, right?
Not a good idea. It usually drags you down.
So yeah, but this ruse is detected because Captain Strong is like, hey, there's no sharks around Metropolis, so you're full of shit, and I caught you tearing off your Superman mask. And now I'm going to sit here outside of the booth and eat this like big league chew.
Well, that's the thing, because the guy is still in the booth on the phone, not paying attention, literally beside him. Like, not even a foot. He's standing beside the booth, just like chowing down on this gross stuff. No, go ahead.
2 things about this panel. 1, the corporate spy has his pinky extended while he's on the phone, so he is classy, Colin. 2, Captain Strong, like, when I saw him eating this, I'm like, that must taste fucking awful.
Oh, it's
like like the look on his face, like I'm just imagining he's eating like baby diapers, like just cabbagey, like boiled dinner baby diapers. Like that's the look on his face, like. Argh.
He's also holding it like Charlie in Always Sunny when he's carrying his walking spaghetti. Like he's just carrying it and just like. Oh, it's really gross. And so,
where did he have that? Like, that's too big to be in his pocket.
Got another sack, like, tied to his belt.
Pocketfuls.
He's got loose Sanchos walking around.
Because it's not like he says he dries it or, like, makes it into a powder. It's just, like, wet seaweed he's carrying around.
It has to
It kind of looks like he's eating a taco.
A little bit.
It does look like he's eating a taco. But he has to stink. Like, he's just got pockets full of nasty-ass wet seaweed. Just
when I was a kid,
we
used to spend every summer in Narragansett, Rhode Island. And there's a beach down there that's literally called Stinky Beach. That's the name of the beach. And it's because where in Narragansett Bay it is, all the seaweed happens to congeal in this one beach. So at low tide, it's all the seaweed and it stinks. And that's what I'm picturing this guy eating and just smelling like.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be disgusting.
So he gets fired up and he sees this, this dude. He does the thing on the cover where he's got the phone booth and he's like,
he's like, haha, I know there's no sharks here. You know, you're obviously not Superman.
It's such a bait and switch because you're like, that wasn't the real Superman in the cover phone.
Yeah, this isn't fair. Because they always used to do that with those covers. It was like, here's the terrible thing, and then like it didn't really happen. So this guy and he doesn't eat it normal. He has to tip his head back and like eat it that way. So he's eating just more of this shit. And he's like, you can't stop me, Billy, because I'm going to go fuck up that food guy.
Yeah.
And his office, and anybody who's in the office, fuck them too.
Billy's just showing. I don't know why Billy's over there in the first place.
I think he's a prisoner at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be. Yeah, he might be like,
I
like
think there's
living in the basement of that.
You're gonna witness. You gotta witness. Like he makes Billy go become a notary public so he can witness all his incidents.
Stamp it. You're like, I
stamp this. And Billy's terrified. Like he goes, that wild look in his eyes, it scares me. And the Sancha, he's gulping down enough to choke a horse.
I kind of wish he would have slapped the kid away, not really realizing how strong he was, and just sent the kid into the ocean.
That would have been amazing.
Knock his head
and then
right
he would
off.
have been dead, and Superman would have. And then later, when Superman, goes down into the depths, he finds that kid's body.
It'd be like when Absolute Batman punted that kid off the boat, which was great.
But the kid's body he's like Jordy Verrill, but with Sancha in the bottom of the ocean. He's all like
all tangled. That'd be amazing. So he runs off to go fuck with the corporate guy, as he should. And so the kid's like, oh my God, I need to get Superman. I know. Here's a truck, like some truck, not an ice cream truck. I don't know what truck this is.
No, it's okay. It's a hippie van that is been converted into some sort of promotional vehicle for a bar.
Oh, it's for a bar.
And the bar it's a dock bar, and the dock bar is giving away free drinks all week.
Shit.
So this is a thing I see in a lot of old cartoons and comics where it's just like a promotional vehicle driving around with a guy with a tannoy speaker being like, come to the whatever. And I've never seen this in my life. I was watching an old Care Bears the other day, as I'm wont to do. Mm-hmm. And there was an evil pie maker who was making pies that made people sad. But he was driving around with this thing and he's going, free pies, come get your free pies. Like this is a normal thing. I've never, ever seen anything promoted in this way.
No. And I also really love the idea of an evil pie maker.
Oh, yeah. Making sad pies.
I love that. I love that so much.
But
yeah,
the ice cream truck is the only thing I can think of. And they didn't even say anything. It just had music.
Just the music, yeah.
Yeah. And it's also being driven by this man.
Don't watch out for this guy.
Watch out for this guy. I think this
guy's wearing this guy's totally wearing a disguise.
He looks like the Indian in Body
Predator.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say he looks like Billy from Predator.
Oh
Also,
yeah, that too. Yeah.
I was just gonna say he's Otto from The Simpsons' dad.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm assuming that he was driving and then Otto became a bus driver in his dad's honor. But he literally has like a Rambo bandana tied around his head. Like he's going to be like, I was in Nam, and he's just going to start shooting all these fucking people.
And also seems to be friends with this kid because this kid convinced him to let him call Superman because he's all like, I can lose my job for this kid.
He's like, but you know what? I'll let you spout your words.
But something about you, I don't know. I can't resist.
You got 10 minutes, kid.
Yep.
I'm just gonna stand over here and smoke and take some PCP, okay?
And while that's happening,
also this kid's talking like military speak, headline speak, like with no articles, like calling Superman, fly to glute building at once, situation critical. Like if he didn't phrase it in that way, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, Superman wouldn't care. He'd be like, "Oh, you didn't say it right. I can't help you."
It's not very professional.
Thankfully, though, it works.
Well, Clark is in a cab for reasons.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't know why he's in a cab. I don't.
He's into cabs. That's the only reason he'd be in a cab.
You know, I just want to feel, so I'm just going to get in the cab and pretend like I'm a real boy.
Superman's taxi cab confessions.
This is how real sex
So what are you guys doing tonight?
So Superman's like in this cab and he's like, oh, that's my best friend and the only kid who's ever mattered, Billy. He needs my help, so I'm gonna. And it looks like he spits on this guy's foot.
It looks like he spits on his own foot, like because the panels sort of split down the middle so that Clark's face and this guy's foot are in the same shot. So it looks like Clark's like lifting his own foot up and spitting on it.
Because apparently he's using super breath, but the way it is drawn, it literally looks like he hawks just a giant loogie on this guy's
yellow loogie on this guy's loafer.
Which is disgusting.
I'm just trying to imagine if he was using his own foot, like he decided to lift his foot up to the cab driver's head and blow on his own foot so it hit the cab driver, and the cab driver accelerated and crashes off the road.
Yeah, and apparently there's just like a bush that this guy drives into, and he's like, oh no, I lost control. And then when he turns around to say like, sorry, Clark is gone, but he has left money because Clark wants
a stack of cash.
A stack of cash because he wants to make sure he can get his fetish of being in cabs. Again, he doesn't want to be the guy that they blacklist because he doesn't pay.
I'm wondering, like, it's the 70s, so everyone has cash, but it makes like he was using a cab for anonymity, and he's going to a strip club or something. He's going to a cash business with a lot of cash. They're all ones.
Like the spearmint rhino, he's going from the buffet. Like, is that what's going on?
I'm going to take a cab so they won't know I went. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Hey, I heard Scores has got good steaks.
They'll never know it's me, Clark Kent, recognizable TV news anchor.
I just can't get over this idea of Superman taxi cab confessions. just him and Lois in the back and being like, so what'd you guys get up to today? And he's like, Brainiac came. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay.
We did a 3-way with Gnort.
Superman's gone, and he like flies off to, I think he goes right to the building.
Yeah,
he does.
And we get there, and Popeye stand-in, or Captain Strong, is just fucking beating shit. Raging shit.
Raging like crazy, yeah.
And what he does is actually prove that if you hit a billionaire, they will do the right thing.
Yep. That's the only way to get him to do stuff.
It's the only way, because he's like, I'm going to hurt you because you did this whole thing. And he's like, no, I'll give you this. I'll give you whatever you want. And so he's just about to punch him, and Superman's hand just comes through the wall.
Superman Jason Voorhees through this wall.
Through a wall that's oddly, it's Incredible Hulk green. It's a very specific green wall.
Yeah. I think that was just the style at the time. Yeah. Everything was that color.
Oh, that's a seafoam green. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice ugly green right there.
And so not just his hand comes through, his entire body. He doesn't go through the window, which is literally like, 2 feet to the left there, where they could easily fix the window. No, he goes right through the fucking wall.
Well, he needed the element of surprise.
You could have went through the stairs. He could have taken the stairs. Here's the thing. Superman you could have just ran up the stairs real quick and not smashed through anything.
Nope. He's as fast as the Flash.
He loves property damage.
Yeah. He's into it.
He is. He loves property damage.
That's the bottom line. Everything Superman does, you're like, well, he's into it.
Yeah. Oh,
nothing he does has to do.
Exactly. He really likes to.
Yeah. He got off of that cab, and he's just like, man, I'm so geared up right now. What am I going to do next? How about instead of taking the stairs?
Thing. It's like, I had an entire day of taking cabs planned. I was going to take like 6 of them, but now I can't do that. So I got to do the second best thing.
Yellow cab. I was going to fly to London, take a black cab, the whole thing.
Because that's a little treat. That's for me. Yep. It's a little treat for me because I've been working hard.
Might do a pedicab in China. I don't know.
Might do it. Maybe take a rickshaw.
Yeah.
But so he jumps in and he starts fighting this goof. He's realizing how strong Captain Strong actually is. Apparently, whatever this material, this seaweed or this Sancha, is very effective in making Superman look weak and getting his ass kicked.
Do we think that Captain Strong, that's his real name? Because that would be ironic.
It's a really good question. Or is he just calling himself Captain Strong? Back then, I feel like everybody had names that matched their identities, so it's probably his name's actually Strong.
Yeah. So they're brawling, and this Captain Strong tries to get away, and he can't fly, but he can swim the air currents.
When I read this, I literally said, "Come on!" out loud.
Thrash air currents. Thrash air currents.
Thrash air currents, and this guy, so he's like swimming, and he's got that little one curl.
Yep, and the smirk and the cockeye. Yeah, he's all.
Yeah.
You know what this probably looked like if it was in real action would. Jen, I don't think you've seen this, but Ken, you've seen the Mystery Science Theater Puma Man episode.
Flies like a moron. Yeah.
Yeah. He's flying I imagine it looking just like that guy trying to fly in that movie.
Oh, it's so funny.
He's wildly flailing.
And then we get this, I think it's a pretty impressive looking shot. I like the way it's drawn, but it's also very odd. The way that Superman takes a double fist because he tries to jump on his back.
Yeah.
and Superman just whatever this is, it's quite fluid.
It's nice
in a way, but he hits Superman with his knuckles.
It's like a double back fist, but with like he's lifting with his back on this one. It's like an arched back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, a way you would only punch someone if you were into punching people that way.
Yes.
It's practical, not in any way.
No.
Like, oh, well, tick, tick, tick. I ticked that off today, too, Lois. It was a good day.
And Superman is noticing as they're fighting that this guy just keeps fucking pounding this seaweed.
Yeah, what's the time that this would actually be effective?
My guess is not very long. Or it's like one of those.
Is it like zebra stripe gum?
Maybe it might be like zebra stripe gum. It's like you take 2 bites and it's gone. And I think that's probably what it is, because he just has to continue to pound it, and it's giving him like roid rage. But if he stops eating it, he loses his powers.
Yeah, it's like a panda bear. He constantly has to eat bamboo 24 hours a day or he'll die.
Yeah. Or like a shark where it has to swim or it'll die. Like, that's the idea. So he's like, oh my God, I'm out of my nasty pocket seaweed. Like, I gotta go to the bottom of the ocean and get some more. So he flies off to the ocean and Superman follows him and is like, I think that's where the whirlpool was. I'm sure that's not a coincidence. And then Captain Strong comes out of the bottom of the sea with like just like a fucking fist.
Oh yeah, a fright wig full.
Yeah, fright wig. This is a shake and go wig full of seaweed, and Superman's like, yoink.
But I love that Superman does the dick move of, just as I suspected. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You had no idea it was seaweed. Like, he's like, yeah, I knew it.
I knew it. I'm so smart. I'm now Batman. Like, I'm just so brilliant.
I knew it was seaweed. I just didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but so yeah, he pulls it away. Captain Strong's like, no, and
he starts having DTs.
Yeah, he gets the shake. He kind of like, I don't know, almost like folds himself in half because he's like going through withdrawals and stuff.
You know what it made me think is we didn't see what he looked like before he started taking this stuff.
It's a really good point.
So that might be why
I think he looks the same.
Like,
yeah, he might actually just like look like a regular guy, and as soon as you eat it, you become Popeye.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I'm going to say he probably looked exactly the same. Because he's a crusty sailor guy. He's probably he lived hard on the docks.
I don't know he is a sailor.
Yeah, I mean, it's true because you might.
I didn't see his W-2.
That is the thing, because what we find out is when we go to the hospital where Captain Strong is recovering, and Billy's there because, I don't know, he's a candy striper.
Hi, I'm Billy. I'm here to see a wounded sailor in the ICU, and Superman's there. Can you let me in without my parents?
Like, absolutely, go on in, kid. And so Superman holds up this like little ball, and he's like, "This is not the pearl from Crime Alley. This is actually a spore that is from some alien planet that we'll never know about." And I'm thinking that this is from a planet of Popeyes. That is why if you eat this, you become a Popeye.
Or maybe
just imagine little children walking around looking like a Popeye.
It's like a Red Sun thing. Like, it only Popeyes you if it's in our environment. And also, the spore, I'm like, spores are for fungus. That didn't look like a fungus. Like, a Superman doesn't know how nature works.
No. Superman, just whatever he says, people are like,
Yep, spores. Sounds right.
He could just make whatever.
It's like, well, you're an alien, I guess.
Maybe it's like, remember on 30 Rock where John Hamm was on it and he like lived in the bubble because he was so handsome? Maybe it's like that for Superman. Yeah. They're just like, well, he's super powered, so let's just pretend he knows what he's talking about. Yep. So whatever he says, just be like,
He said it was a spore.
It's a spore, yeah,
And so, Captain Strong is recovering in the hospital, and he's like, I guess back to eating humans' foods, you know. More horse meat and kratom for me.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And that's the end of it.
Yeah. And then the next issue of Superman, because we're just going to move on from all this, the TV show that menaced Metropolis. So Ken, as being the TV guidance counselor, what show do you think is menacing Metropolis in 1973? Yeah.
Going with the Night Stalker.
Nice.
It's really freaking people out.
Just Superman just flying through by people's windows. Turn it off!
Why are you even watching it if it scared you so much?
So, that's not quite it. Let's actually get through this real quick. Ken, do you mind if we go through this Green Arrow back up?
Green Arrow story that I don't really understand why it's even there. Well, I know why it's there, but I'm like, who was like, I didn't even know how you would pitch this story.
It's so boring. Basically, it's like, Green Arrow is like, I'm saving people from fires. Also, there's snow.
Yep.
And then he's like, there's snow. He mentions it. So he's like, oh, I saved these people from fires because apparently this theater is a fire trap. I got to go help Dinah, my love, who I think we are at the point in continuity where she actually has brown hair and the blonde hair is a wig.
Yeah. Yes.
But I think that is changed later on. So she has dark hair and she runs a flower shop. So he's like, I helped you. I'm going to kiss you and knock over your shit. Oh, I got to go by because I have to get a job. I'm assuming because he gave up all of his money.
Yeah, he says he's losing money, so he thinks. So actually, what happened? The way that kind of comes about is he saves there's a fire at a theater. He goes to save these people in this theater. There's these it's the white privilege crew.
I do have to say, on this image we're looking at, this priest, I'm assuming back here, looks like he has two heads.
Sketchy also. Oh, yeah, looks like the thing with two heads.
Oh, this guy? Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if this is like a carnival or what, but this old woman is trying to just take Green Arrow's clothes off.
You know what it looks like? Because there's a woman's head over the shoulder of the priest. It looks like a firestorm situation where like he's got an angel and a devil on either side who are trying to like tell him to do things.
He probably is the one who set the fire.
Yeah, this old lady though is like, let's let me go, and he's like, lady, stop pawing at me.
Yeah.
And then actually I had to capture this image. So Green Arrow, rightfully so, uses his net arrow and boomerang shaft to basically create like.
Diana's a big fan.
Oh, she loves it.
Oh, she likes all of
that boomerang shaft.
Loves that boomerang shaft. Loves that shaft.
It comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then he puts this together, and this old dude, one of these guys, is just like, "You expect us to jump down there?" And he's like, "I don't know. Do you want to burn to death?" And I wish that this comic actually would have been much more interesting if this comic was this guy, this bald guy here, jumping out of the window, missing the net, and dying on the sidewalk. And the rest of it was just a wrongful death civil suit.
It'd be amazing.
That Ollie had to go through, and he lost even more.
Green Arrow trying to cover it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
right?
He uses his hypnosis arrow to make everybody forget.
I had the guy sign a waiver. I told him that there was a weight limit on this shaft.
Mm-hmm.
And he went for it anyway, so I am not liable.
No, and he also probably did like a jump like I would do where I think I'm jumping, but I just go like that far, like a little inch, and I just plummet to my death. That's what happened.
Yeah, I tried to jump and I just flopped, and now I'm dead.
Yep.
I did a trust fall.
So
nobody caught me. It was terrible.
So Green Arrow does this good deed, and then there's a PR guy being like, "Hey, this is the PR. I'm the PR guy for the theater, or something. You want to give a statement?" And he's like, "Yeah, stop setting plays and fire traps." And so then he goes to see Dinah, and he's flirting with her, and he's like, "Well, I don't got no money, but what gives me an idea is basically being
I'm going to be a PR guy."
Yeah.
He wants to be a PR guy, but also kind of Luke Cage, Iron Man kind of thing, where it's like I could be a hero for hire, but I'm not actually going to be for hire.
Yeah, I just want you to what his deal is.
Maybe he's like, I want to do like supermarket openings and car shows.
Yeah, basically. And he's like, don't worry about it, Dinah. I'm going to, because I know everybody in town, because I used to be rich. And so I'm going to get your flower shop in the paper. So he's like going downtown holding the fucking briefcase, and he sees some, I don't know, old assassin guy.
Lucas Branson, which I think they wanted to say Luca Brasi, but they did not.
No. So he's in the subway?
Well, he's about to go into Subway, and but he watches this Luca Brasi go into a phone booth, and it's kind of like that episode, like the very first. I think is it the first episode of Sopranos where Tony sees the guy he wants to kill. So again, in the third instance of surveillance, audio surveillance,
that's right. Green
Arrow uses a shaft or something to listen to this guy's conversation outside of a phone booth. Yep. We're crazy about phone booths in this.
Well, I mean, it was 73.
Yeah, we love it.
So he listens to this guy because this guy pulled a tape recorder out from underneath. This is the fourth instance, actually, because he pulls a tape recorder out from under the phone where it has like a state of the subway, blah, 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 blah. So Green Arrow follows him. They get to some station and he tells a cop that that's so-and-so, whoever it is.
Which again,
I know. I guess he's trying to get him to run because we're right at Dinah's subway
He doesn't
stop.
want to be superheroing. He's like, this is someone else's job.
So he's like, tells him, changes it to his costume. And so now we're up on the street and the guy sees him. He goes, a costumed freak when he sees Green Arrow.
Wrong.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Because what Green Arrow is doing as this cop is trying to apprehend him is calling the press to be like, hey, you need to get down to this place.
Because Green Arrow's costume also is unique in that you're like, this dude's really into Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Like
weirdly.
It's not his own thing. It's like he got into superheroing so he could dress up like Robin Hood.
Yeah. And this is like, I guess it's before the time when like cosplay was really a thing. So this is what you had to do. You had to just become a vigilante.
Yeah.
So he like goes out there and he like does some like double kick to this guy's chest right in front of the flower shop.
He drop kicks this dude. He does a missile drop kick to this guy's chest, but not before shooting him in the trapezius muscle with an arrow.
Yeah.
Not a trick arrow, a full-on arrow.
Full-on arrow.
Yeah.
He's created permanent nerve damage in this guy's arm.
I like the drawing of this guy like side-eyeing the arrow is like,
oh no.
Like, oh no.
Oh, the costume freak has crippled me. Oh.
And then they take a picture and he's like, see, Dinah, I told you I'd get you in the paper.
Dun, dun, dun.
But he's pissed up. But he's pissed though because Diana's like, hey, they actually talked about my shop that I just opened. Yep. I just opened the shop and I need money too. And Ollie's like, yeah, but this isn't really doing enough for me, even though I kicked the guy, and but that's how it ends, pretty much. It's again very pointless.
Yeah.
Green Arrow will get better, but
not for a while.
Nope, not for a while.
Yeah. But was this post Speedy doing drugs?
I think it was like 68 or 69, wasn't it? Or maybe early 70s.
Yeah, I think it was in the late 60s. So yeah, he's just figuring it out these days. But that's going to do it for this issue of Action Comics number 421 from February 1973. Ken, you picked a great issue.
Yes. It's hard to pick a bad one with that collection. When I say that.
No, I agree. I mean, we used to all the time. We do it all the time.
We do.
But when the guests look at it, they pick the good ones, and this one is you can't go wrong with early Bronze Age Action Comics or like Detective Comics or anything like that. Superman, it's all gold because the stupidest shit is happening, and
which is why it's so great.
It will be entertaining, I guarantee you.
Yep.
I mean,
are you not entertained?
There's so much. Exactly. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you got Popeye stand-ins. You got people eating shit out of the ground and thinking they got superpowers.
You got Superman's cab fetish. Yeah. This is a good issue.
There's so much to dive into here and so many questions that come up from it. But, Ken, please tell everybody about TV Guidance Counselor and where they can find the show and anything else you want to promote.
TV Guidance Counselor, I'm on year 13. Or about 800 episodes. Somehow haven't missed a week yet. Someone picks an old TV guide, they go through it, pick what they'd watch that week, and then we discuss their choices. Have some fun episodes coming up. They go to just search TV Guidance Counselor on any of the podcast places and they'll find it. I'm going to be in Western New York next month in Syracuse and Albany at the Funny Bones.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I was doing some shows with Todd Barry there, and then that's all I got kind of coming up.
That's awesome, though, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're kicking with Todd, and Todd Barry is fantastic, and Ken is fantastic. And do you have any socials or anything you want to tell people to check out?
Read on them or at TV Guidance on the things.
Check it out.
See me post things from thrift stores and then like angry political commentary.
That's what I do too.
Well, folks, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find us on our Twitters and Instagram at Angry Hero Sean, at Jen Stansfield. I'm still uploading videos on our YouTube at Worst Collection Ever. New episodes of this podcast go up every week, as well as our WWE 2K25 DCKO experiment, where I don't know if you're familiar with DCKO. It's this thing they're doing where people are fighting each other in DC KO or DC Comics, and we decided to take the wrestler, the game WWE 2K25, and create all these heroes and have them fight each other, and we're commentating.
I like it.
It was fun.
Yeah, and I'm hoping maybe we can continue that later on with the new game, because it's a lot of fun talking about watching Zatanna and Joker hit each other with stuff at Top Opener. So we're enjoying that, and you can check those out, and of course, rate and review the podcast anywhere you get it. It would be greatly appreciated. So once again, folks, thanks for listening. We'll talk again next time.
Bye.